Welcome back again, guys, to match 3 of this best of 3 of the winners bracket final between Exodunks and Warlords of the Deep. We have a fascinating final here. This should be an absolute knockout, dragout slugfest. We have 2 Vindicator teams. I'm Bacchanalian. Seldrine's going to give you an introduction on the red team.
Hey, this is Seldrine, and the red team, who are Exodunks, are in at 0 in the beacon with 2 Vindicators. And then further out at range, they have a Myrmidon, a Tech 1 logistics in the form of an Augurer, 2 dampening Mollusk, and 2 Incursus.
And for the blue team, we have a triple Vindicator setup, 2 Crucifiers to lay down tracking disruption on the Vindicators of the red team, and 3 Mollusks for damping. It's worth mentioning that Myrmidon will likely cap transfer as well as Ganglink. I don't know, I did not hear if you mentioned that. And we do see tracking computers on the Exodunks team, which should help a little bit against those tracking disruptors, so we will see.
And the match has started. An interesting dynamic here is the difference between triple battleship versus 2 battleship and Logi, and the difference between heavy dampening against heavy tracking disrupting.
Indeed, we'll see where damage falls. There's going to be a lot of it when it starts. It has not landed on a target yet.
What we see though is 2 Vindicators on the red team pulling range and the triple Vindicators on the blue team chasing them down. Nobody appears to be catching them right now, they are just chasing themselves towards the end of the arena.
It looks like Heart SP is the first bit of damage, it's taking a little bit of shield damage, and the Myrmidon for the red team just immediately volleyed into armor.
Yep, that Myrmidon is being tackled, he is webbed and will be going down in an incredibly short period of time, any second now.
Indeed, and he is gone. It does look like Brutus Khan's Vindicator is actually jammed out. One of the Crucifiers, Pirate Bay, has been scrammed and webbed on the blue team side. So blue team is in a little bit of trouble of their own, but they have not taken significant damage to a large ship as of yet. Their first Vindicator is still holding at very high shields.
And the Vindicators on the blue team now, instead of going after the enemy Vindicators who are out of weapons range, it appears they are going after the Augurer. The Augurer appears to be micro-warp drive fit. Actually, no, he appears to be afterburner fit. He is overloading to get some extra speed. But any second now, it looks like he's going to be caught by those 3 Vindicators and will die incredibly quickly when that happens.
Indeed, it is worth mentioning, I see what I think to be shield hardening effect on Heart SP. The Vindicator currently taking shield damage. So he may well be shield tanked. He is looking at about half shields. The Augurer, as was stated, is tackled.
Yeah, look at the armor on that Augurer melt. Like a snowball in the summer, he is just dying in a ball of fire.
And it's also been pointed out by Brent that Nemiz, the Vindicator, starting with an N there on the blue team, is actually running active armor hardeners. So it is interesting, these Vindicators may be mixed tank, they may be not tanking the same across the boards.
Yep, Nemiz Dramati there with armor tanking and the other one with shield tanking. If that is the case on them all, then they are dual tanked with a tank for nearly every occasion, it appears.
Indeed, we see a Mollusk bleeding into armor there, Crucifier low armor, tracking disruption still probably having a good effect, both tracking disruptor on Sabotage and Sturm. The Augurer holding on in low armor, and for the moment damage seems to have been nullified across the board.
Yeah, it appears the Augurer just managed to escape the webs of these Vindicators, and although they put damage, he managed to gain enough range to get out of their weapons range.
Probably a combination between the Incursus and the Vindicators managing to zone and or tackle off the Vindicator webs off of the Augurer and save it, although we just had an explosion, I believe. Was that the Crucifier? The second Crucifier just went down.
Exactly, but it appears to be that the Vindicators... Oh, the Augurer, look at the Augurer. He's melting through a hull, and he's down. The Augurer on the red team is down.
But what immediately follows
very deciding.
Sturm's Vindicator takes a good chunk of damage. He is now at half armor and repping back. He is ancillary armor rep fit, judging by the amount of armor he is pulling back. We'll see if he can withstand the damage of 3 Vindicators, however.
Yeah, in the battle of Vindicators, 2 Vindicators versus 3 Vindicators will rarely come triumphant for the 2 Vindicators without that logistics cruiser.
Indeed, it will be seen, but there is still a fair bit of E-War on both sides. Well, I guess one of them all has just dropped, so we still have damps on the Exodunks side. We still have the Incursus, which, judging by the ECM effects, those actually may be drones. Let me double check here. No, those maybe ECM actually fit on the Incursus. I see ECM effects, but I do not see ECM drones.
And Sturm is just barely hanging on there with his ancillary armor repair, just taking slivers of armor back each time, but each volley is leaking into structure, and he is down. So all we have left in the main damage team in the red side now is 1 Vindicator versus still 3 Vindicators in the blue team.
It may well be 2 before this is over, but I don't think it's going to be soon enough. Sabotage is taking huge chunks out of Nem's Vindicator, and he appears to be... Yeah, he is webbed down and taking damage. Armor hardening, no shield hardening. These Vindicators may not be running the same fit, to be quite honest with you. The other two certainly are running shield hardening, as far as I can tell graphically speaking, but Nem is not.
Exactly. It looks like Nemes will go down, but that should not affect the outcome of this match. The blue team will still have 2 Vindicators left who are piling damage on Sabotage. And Sabotage is down. Looks like the red team will not have enough damage after all to kill Nimish Dramati and his Vindicator.
And it does appear, just for the record, that while Exodunks is going to lose this match, they still will have a chance to advance. They will go on to the losers bracket, still have a chance to advance to the final. So it is actually quite possible that we see a rematch of this very best of 3 at the end of the day, if Exodunks manage to go down to the losers bracket and come out on top there.
Yeah, right now all we have left in the field for the red team is 1 Incursus and 1 Mollis, and it appears they are just content on kiting out the damage from the blue team. So this battle may go to time, but it's definitely a victory here for Warlords of the Deep.
And Brent is now pointing out that definitely had dual tank confirmed on at least 2 of those Vindicators. So that is a very interesting choice on the blue team. Not quite sure what the thought was there, but
well,
that
if they won this match with dual tanked Vindicators, and the enemy team lost with single tanked Vindicators, if they'd bought triple tanked Vindicators, do you think they would have then become out victorious here, Brent?
We'll see what Brent's opinion is on that. I don't know about reinforced bulkheads on Vindicators, though. Well, keep in mind, guys...
the more structure, the better. That's all I can say.
Of course. Hull tanking is where men tank. Keep in mind, guys, there is betting going on Monocle Madness and Eve Bet, so go ahead and place your bets on future matches. This one seems to be well and done, but we have many more matches to come today, so go check those sites out for us, or our sponsors, give them a shout. Summer Blink as well. You can go do a little bit of gambling on that site, and make sure you're in our SCL-public channel on Tranquility, and you can chat about the match there or in the stream chat. We'll try to answer questions as we see them there.
Yeah, the Mollis of True XX is flying around with a chase of drones, but they're not catching him, so anytime he turns, maybe some of those drones will catch up and he will explode. But for right now, we are just watching him have a little tour around the arena in his Mollis.
Oops, looks like we had a little stream up there. Apologize for that, but all you're missing is a very thrilling Benny Hill chase between some drones and a Mollis, and the Mollis is finally down.
And that's victory here for Warlords of the Deep, and they have won this first match in our stream of the day. So Warlords of the Deep will be advancing, and Exodunks will be down to the losers